he can get better, anyone can. I mean, yeah. I mean, really, the things I've witnessed him do. Oh my gosh, do you remember when we went to the MTV Awards and they were in Miami and we were in a limo. He was high as a kite and he was naked, which isn't a big deal. You know what I mean? I think I've seen all these guys naked all the time. And I'm like, please put some clothes on. And he was naked. I said, you cannot step out of this limousine naked on the red carpet. We will all be arrested.
Which was a white carpet that year.
Whatever, because P. Diddy made it a white carpet. But that's beside the point. So he ripped off the keyboard of a laptop, and I actually helped him duct tape it around his waist and his legs so he wouldn't be naked when he got out of the limo. I mean, really, talk about enabler. How, there's things I do. I'm like, why am I doing this? But it's like, just so he won't be naked and get out of here and we'll all be in trouble. And the whole story was just really sad, and we just kind of didn't hear from him for a really long time.
Yeah, up until when Bam was 20, then they started seeing each other because then Bam started drinking at that age.
When Bam started doing Viva La Bam, he had heard from Novak. Novak had called him and he sounded pretty messed up. And Bam said, you know what? Leave it all behind. Come up here, be with me, and you'll be safe. And we'll get you in the right headspace. And he was here for quite some time, staying even here.
He did a couple movies.
Yeah.
Novak did a couple movies with Bam for Jackass. Then they did Viva Bam together.
And it was tough because
they did Big Hags and Haggers.
Because I know that he was a friend of Bam's, but I also know that he was an addict. So I mean, it was hard to take your purse upstairs every single night. Make sure you don't leave anything out, around that's possibly valuable. You know what I mean? We were very well aware of that because he's an addict. And, several years later when he was at the castle, I mean, he would just take everything that Bam had, merchandise, everything, pack it up in a backpack. And there was one day when he was going back to Baltimore because he wanted to visit, family or whatever. And I said, stop and empty your backpack. And he said, same height. And they look like the same age, even though Brandon's a little older. But I think they were always in competition with each other, And I know that Bam was kind of jealous that he was kind of on Pal, Pal Peralta. It's like, man, that was his dream team to be on.
And then they went to the NSAs together in Brick, New Jersey. Remember that?
Yeah, so we all went up to NSAs, and I think it was so funny because, of course, we were the parents, so we booked a room in Brick, New Jersey over 4th of July weekend, which was when the NSAs took place. And the NSAs were a skate competition with no age group. If you were 10, you were competing with the 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, whoever was competing. There was no age definition there. You all competed, and however it shook out, it did. And I remember Bam placing third.
Yeah, he did.
And he was 10.
He had just gotten done completing his karate courses, so he would do a karate kick in the air and then land back on his skateboard.
He was known for his karate kick in the air.
And then there was Bill Weiss, a 6'5" guy that he almost kicked in the face on top of the ramp. They thought that was impressive. That's why he got third place. That was amazing.
And Bam was really small, and he would skate a Tony Hawk board, which is a large board. So picture yourself skating with a surfboard. That so by the time Bam got into a board that actually was the size that he should be skating, it was like taking the weights off your ankles, But he was very known for this 1-footer. And that's how he and Brandon kind of,
They were friends but rivals at the contest. So, but they were still friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.